Welcome to Studio Sandvik. These are the headlines for today.
Busy times with participation in the two giant trade shows, MINExpo and IMTS.
A Sandvik collaboration could revolutionize sustainability reporting.
Introducing artificial intelligence in manufacturing.
And our CEO, Stefan Widing, will comment on the Q3 report that was released earlier today.
A warm welcome to Studio Sandvik with the latest and the greatest from the world of Sandvik. And we will start with the acquisition of Universal Field Robots. UFR is a fast-growing Australia-based provider of autonomous solutions for surface mining and underground mining. We will strengthen Sandvik's automation offering and improve customers' opportunities to optimize their performance through a significant increase in compatible third-party equipment.
Sandvik is leaving some non-strategic businesses and has sold the automation company DW Fritz. But a part of the business will remain, Zero Touch, which is an unique inspection equipment. Sandvik has also decided to sell its minority stake in the additive manufacturing service provider BMIT, in line with the strategy to focus mainly on metal powders. Now over to sustainability. Sandvik has joined forces with a number of global companies to improve carbon emission calculations, a project that could revolutionize sustainability reporting.
When you talk about a company's carbon emissions, they are divided into three scopes. Scope 1 is direct emissions from the company, such as running its machinery or from manufacturing. In Scope 2, you also include emissions from purchased energy, for example, electricity. Scope 3 refers to emissions either at the supplier for purchased goods, so-called upstream emissions, or when the customer uses sold products, so-called downstream emissions. In Scope 3, you also include upstream and downstream transport. Scope 3 often accounts for a large portion of a company's carbon footprint, and this is also true for Sandvik. Scope 3 emissions are difficult to measure since they come from indirect customer and supplier activities. But what if you take the Scope 1 and 2 emissions from every company along your value chains? Then their Scope 1 and 2 will add up to your Scope 3 emissions. This is the thinking behind Massive Plus, a collaboration between a number of global companies and Sandvik, an initiative that could revolutionize sustainability reporting.
Wow, I didn't know Mats could draw so well.
Me neither.
Now to a really big order. Sandvik Mining and Rock Solutions has won a 1.9 billion krona large order from the mining company BHP. Sandvik will deliver mining systems to the Jansen Potash project in Canada, which could become the largest potash producing mine in the world. And you will actually find out more about this from our President and CEO Stefan Widing in an interview with you shortly.
Artificial intelligence is a super hot topic, and in September, Sandvik Manufacturing Solutions launched a manufacturing co-pilot in cooperation with Microsoft. The co-pilot will simplify manufacturing and provide customers with intelligent assistance. New functionality and additional manufacturing software will be included gradually.
IMTS, the largest manufacturing trade show in the Western Hemisphere, has taken place in Chicago earlier this September. And several brands from Sandvik Manufacturing and Machining Solutions was represented. For the first time, Sandvik Corman did not showcase any tools, but instead focused on the 8th habit of manufacturing wellness.
Exciting, it sounds like a brave move.
I was there for the full week, and the new approach really sparked a lot of interest from customers around the world.
Our mining and rock processing businesses have also been busy in September, participating in the world's largest mining trade show, MINExpo. At the event, Sandvik signed an agreement with global mining service provider Perenti to develop diesel-electric equipment for underground mines.
And I know that one of the visitors at MINExpo was our CEO Stefan Widing, who you just met and who will now comment on the third quarter result for 2024.
Welcome to Studio Sandvik, Stefan.
Thank you.
Safety always comes first in Sandvik. So how did the safety developments progress during this quarter?
Overall, we had a positive development. The lost time injury frequency rate went down by 8%, while the total recordables were basically stable.
Good to hear. Now, looking at the third quarter, how would you summarize our results if we start with order intake and revenue?
Yeah, it was a mixed picture. We see continued good momentum on the mining side, especially on the aftermarket side of mining. Infrastructure, however, continues to be weak and really no improvement versus prior quarters. Then on the industrial side, we see a weakening macroeconomic environment related to industrial production, and that did have a negative impact on our cutting tools. However, on the software side, which is positive, we continue to grow. Revenues were slightly down in the quarter, so this means we had a negative volume development. And in light of that, I think it was good to see that we delivered a resilient margin performance.
And when it comes to cash flow and inventory levels, how did it go?
Yeah, we made progress. Net working capital went down, and also inventories went down slightly. I would say, though, we had hoped for more, and the forecasts we had were pointing to that we should be able to do more. But overall, because of the net working capital coming down, we had strong cash flow in the quarter. And this is, of course, very positive. We should remember that cash flow is used to fund more future-oriented growth initiatives in the group. So it's important that we continue to put focus on especially the inventory side.
One of the highlights from this quarter was a major contract from BHP to the Jansen Potash project in Canada. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, I mean, this is a very big order we got, and we didn't book the whole order this quarter, so we'll continue to enjoy this also for several quarters next year. It's continuous mining in potash, so this is primarily our mechanical cutting division. Potash might not be so well known in general, but it's the key ingredient in fertilizer production. So it's a strategically important project that also has very solid future growth potential. So with the growth and the aftermarket coming from this project also in the future, this is a very good win for us.
Great to hear. And on a different note, you have been traveling to some sites during this quarter, including Chile, MineExpo in the US, and also a trip with the board to India.
Yeah.
Do you have any highlights from these visits?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already in May we went with group management to India, to Pune, and now we took the whole Sandvik board there as well. And we do a board trip every year, and last year it was an SMR focus, so this year it was an SMS focus, and we chose to go to India, primarily because of the significant potential we see with India going forward. We already see strong growth, and we expect that to continue for many years to come. So this was really exciting for the board to see our factory operations and meet customers there. So they were really happy with that. Then went to MineExpo, as you said. This is a big mining show. Happens in Las Vegas only every 4 years. So for me, it was the first time I had the opportunity to go. And it's a very efficient way to meet a lot of customers and partners. So I had a lot of good meetings there, which I was happy to take part of. And then also went down to Chile and met with our Chilean team and the ANSCO team down there. We have some really big customers that I met, and we also had some events where I could meet a lot of our customers and partners in that region. Also exciting to see our own site and operations and to meet the very passionate and engaging team we have down there. So I was really happy with that trip as well.
Thank you for joining us today, Stefan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristina and Stefan. I think it's always good to get a bit of context on the financial report. It has now been 1 year since Sandvik released our new brand identity and our new logotype to more fit and more modern Sandvik. The identity has received much recognition externally, such as the prestigious Red Dot Award and a ScanStar Award for rock tools packaging.
And some more great news. Sandvik is within the top 50 world's best employers, according to a list published last week by Forbes magazine. Sandvik is the third company on the engineering manufacturing industry category and occupies the 44th position overall.
And we will end today's show with featuring one of Sandvik's 41,000 employees. We give you Elisabeth Lindström Dupree, who is responsible for our newly established China division.
I grew up in Sweden and Germany and have lived now for over 10 years in China. I love living in China. Its cultural variation is so rewarding. You never cease wondering and you never get bored. Food is a real thing in this country. The combinations, incredible variety and tastes. I love to try new food. Even if I don't always know exactly what I'm eating, it's always an experience. I'm president of the China division at Sandvik Machining Solutions. Sandvik recently acquired a majority stake in Chinese toolmaker Suzhou Ano. Expanding in the local premium market is a key focus area for us. We celebrated the acquisition with a big party, speeches, dancing, songs and festivities. My name is Elisabeth Lindström Dupree. I'm a Sandvik employee and we make the shift.
And that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching and we hope that you will join us in the next episode of Studio Sandvik.
Thanks and see you then.